I came home for New Year's and found my father alone with a stale bagel and a cruel note. "We took your money, Ethan. Fix him." I swore they'd pay. 3 days later, they begged at my door. You think you can just show up and judge us now? You weren't here, Ethan. You don't get to talk about sacrifice. We did what we had to. You were never the one holding the line. The kitchen was small, but the voices made it feel like a furnace. My sister, Danielle, stood with her arms crossed, leaning against the fridge like it was the only thing keeping her upright. My older brother Marcus paced behind her, arms waving like always, loud, righteous, confident. And our mother, Evelyn, sat at the table with her back straight and her chin tilted like a queen on a crumbling throne. The bagel on the counter was hard as stone. The coffee pot hadn't been touched in hours. Dad was upstairs, silent. And I was back in a house that forgot me the second I walked out. I'm Ethan, and I don't belong here anymore. I'm Ethan Walker, 26, quiet by necessity, not nature. It's not that I don't feel things. I just learned early on that feeling too much around this family was dangerous. That speaking up didn't matter unless your voice came with a title, a sacrifice they could recognize, or a favor they hadn't forgotten. I left at 18 with a duffel bag, a scholarship, and silence in my throat. I didn't fight. I just disappeared. But this time, they called. Not with words, with a note taped to my dad's refrigerator when I walked in. "We took your money, Ethan. Fix him." And he just sat there that morning. Cold coffee, one stale bagel, eyes hollow. Who's who, and what they did to me. Danielle, 33. Middle child, always loudest in a crisis. She borrowed my college fund when she got pregnant, never paid it back, said I owed it to the family. Marcus, 36. The successful one. Got Dad to co-sign a business loan for a startup. It flopped. He left town 6 months later. Never told Dad the house was collateral. Evelyn, 62. My mother, cold, calculated. She sees people as assets or liabilities, and I've always been her quiet one. Easy to dismiss. Dad, Richard, 65. The man they left behind, once strong, now a shadow. Nobody tells him the full truth anymore. Not even about the foreclosure notice sitting on the counter. You used my name to take out a second mortgage on the house. You're acting like we stole it. It was just a signature. Danielle snapped. Her voice cracked, not with guilt, with inconvenience. You weren't using the account anyway, Marcus added, sipping from Dad's old mug like it was his. We needed help. They looked at me like I was overreacting, like I was selfish. Inside, my ribs tightened. I sent money every month to help Dad. Where the hell did it go? Danielle threw the first real grenade. You think you care more than us? You left. I stepped closer. I sent him rent. I paid the power bill last winter. I called. No one answered. Marcus sneered. You paid some bills. Congrats. But we lived the fallout. You don't know what it's like to raise kids and deal with him going silent. He went silent because you lied to him. I snapped. Evelyn cleared her throat like she was moderating a debate, not watching her children self-destruct. Enough, she said. We made choices for survival, not for your approval. I remembered my father's hands, cracked knuckles, quiet apologies. The way he sat in the garage when the yelling started upstairs. I turned to her slowly. Did he know you emptied my savings? Did he know you forged my name on the loan? She looked away. It was legal. I had power of attorney. He gave it to you for medical emergencies, not to cover Marcus's gambling debts. The air dropped 10 degrees. Marcus's voice sharpened. That's not fair. I laughed hollow. No, what's fair is Dad nearly losing the house I bought him from across the country. The memory, they all pretend, didn't happen. Freshman year, I came home early from school. Nobody knew. Mom was at the kitchen table with Danielle and Marcus. Dad had just gone upstairs. I remember crouching in the hallway, hearing my name like a curse. Ethan doesn't need it. He's too soft. He'll just waste it on books or some therapy crap. Dad's always babying him. We need to cut him off now before he grows a spine. I sat there, gripping my backpack like a shield. They thought I didn't hear. Or maybe they thought I'd never matter enough to remember. I never said anything. I just worked harder. I reached into my coat pocket and dropped the envelope on the table. Marcus looked at it, confused. What is that? A deed transfer. I bought Dad a place 2 towns over. Clean. Paid off. It's in his name. You can't touch it. Danielle's eyes widened. You used him his money. No, I said calmly. I used mine. You took what was his. Now I'm giving it back. Silence. Then Evelyn, brittle and cruel. You had that kind of money and just watched us suffer? You didn't suffer. You stole. There's a difference. Danielle sat down, fast, like her knees gave up. Marcus's hands shook. You can't just cut us out. I nodded. Watch me. We were just trying to survive, Ethan. Danielle sobbed. So was I. I said. Evelyn whispered something like a prayer, or a curse. Marcus slammed the back door and left without his coat. Danielle cried. And I didn't. I walked upstairs, found Dad sitting by the window. I knelt beside him and said, You're not alone anymore. I promise. His hand found mine. He didn't say anything, but his eyes, they weren't hollow now. I took Dad to the new house the next day, left a note on the old kitchen counter. He's safe now. Don't follow, don't call. Danielle texted once, I'm sorry, for what it's worth. I replied, It's not, but thank you. Forgiveness didn't come like a flood. It came like morning frost, slow, quiet, and earned over time. I didn't need them to say sorry. I just needed to stop being the one who kept everything in. Weeks passed. Dad started laughing again. Small things, like dogs on TV or my terrible coffee. I got a new job nearby. He started walking in the park again. And for the first time in years, I could breathe in my own life, not theirs. I still think of that bagel sometimes, that damn note. I still flinch when I hear my name in a certain tone. But I'm healing. Danielle sent me a photo of her daughter drawing. No words, just the picture. Marcus hasn't said a thing. Mom? She sent a birthday card, signed E. I didn't open it, because some wounds aren't meant to be reopened. They're meant to be learned from. But me? I'm okay now. And that is enough. If this story hit you hard, if you've ever been the one who stayed quiet, gave everything, and got blamed anyway, drop a comment. What would you do if your family took what was yours, then came back begging? Would you walk away, forgive, or fight back in silence like Ethan? Let us know in the comments. Hit subscribe for more real, raw stories like this. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Because healing doesn't always come loud. Sometimes it just comes home.